Hello, fellow Bloxburgians, and welcome to another video. Yes. First thing you would have noticed is that I've gotten rid of that annoying beep in the beginning of the intro. Yes, I've seen the comments, and it catches everyone off guard, and some complain it's too loud, and this and that. Okay, fine, it's gone. And then the next thing is I'm taking a new approach to recording to cut down my editing time. I hope that doesn't sacrifice quality, not that I've nailed that yet, but the whole point is just to get the videos out a lot quicker because my time during the day is limited. And of course, as the title says, this should be the last video you need to see about farming on Bloxburg. I'm reading so many comments from all of my subscribers. Well, I hope the comments are from my subscribers, but I am reading them and there are a lot of questions asked. I'm going to answer as many of them as possible, but I need you to watch the entire video because some comments have questions in them asking me things that I cover in the video. Yes. So watch the whole video, then you won't have questions to ask me if I answer all the questions. Anyways, this is another one of my properties. This house was built by a friend of mine. And I like it so much. That's why I've had it for a good couple of months. Right, anyways. I have explored everything about farming. I've researched it, I've trialed it, I've tested it. I have lost so much money trying to figure this out. Trying to find out if farming is still a good idea or still a good thing on Bloxburg. The question is farming a great idea? Yes and no. But let's get to the no first. Why is farming still not a good idea anymore? And bear with me because there is still a yes, but you got to watch the whole video. You got to watch the whole video so that you understand what I'm talking about. The reason why farming is not the best idea to get rich is because the same time it takes you to make money on planting and harvesting trees, you can make the same amount of money working at Pizza Place. Planet Place? Yeah, there it is. Here we go. So that's why I'm saying that it's not a great idea to rely on the farm anymore. The developers have seriously nerfed the game. And they've nerfed this in a couple of ways. First way is that you can only plant a certain amount of trees and still achieve a strong and healthy or wealthy harvest, which is $338. After this certain amount, you stop getting that amount of money. Now, I have literally scribbled on paper, so yeah, look at the photograph right there. I have seriously gone and scribbled and calculated and wasted tons of money trying to figure out if this is still viable. But the thing is, the way they've nerfed it is that the more trees you plant, the less money you actually earn. To a point where when you've got close to, if on this page that I've got here, where I've scribbled all my calculations, 560 trees and you start only earning $109 per tree. That's not going to make you millions like it used to. It won't make you this anymore, unfortunately. And there is a certain YouTuber that I, in my opinion, like to blame for this. And I shall not mention him. We will refer to him as he who should not be named. He went and exploited the heck out of farming on Bloxburg. And I think that might have upset the developers. I have always planted my trees, if we just quickly go into build mode. I've always planted my trees without this option that we have here. It's a game pass that you have to purchase. It's called collision mode. I've always planted my trees in that fashion. Decorations. It's definitely not decorations. Don't go into that again. It's in garden. There we go. And this particular YouTube in question, he who shall not be named, likes to use orange trees and refers to it as orange farm. It's the worst tree to actually use, and I'll get to that in a second. The thing is, I've always used it without collision. So we'll take collision off, which means I'm using the idea in good taste. In other words, I'm not going to upset any developers for abusing it. That's why, if you haven't seen, go and have a look at my original farming video. It is in the description. I used the idea in good fashion, in good taste. What is a nice way to use? I didn't abuse the game is what I'm trying to say. I hope I get that point across. But he who shall not be named exploited this to such a fashion where he was at one point trying to plant 80 trees in one square and fill an entire plot with trees. First of all, that's a terrible idea because it'll take you ages to harvest all those trees. But, I mean, can you imagine spending an entire day harvesting maybe close to 5,000 trees, or who knows how many trees? The biggest farm I actually built gave me a yield of 500,000. And that was... Oh, well, I should have undone that. But it doesn't matter, I'll harvest them and probably keep them. But yeah, I mean, really, it takes you ages to harvest trees. You try to defeat that whole problem of moving around and taking too much time by planting them in one place. Cool, I can understand, that's not a bad idea. But, you know what? It ruined the game. It looked like you were abusing the game. Why? You know what? Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. Anyways, the point is, the more trees you plant, the less money you earn. Now, is farming still a good idea? Absolutely. But for a supplement. You're not going to get super rich very quickly, but you can supplement your income. Now, I've got on my scribbled piece of paper here, at 40 trees, you start earning less money. So 39 trees is a key number to keep to that, your nice, good, healthy, strong harvest. After 40 trees, it starts earning in increments less. You start earning less money, it starts becoming a waste of time. And it starts becoming a serious waste of time, in my opinion, over about 150 trees when you're earning close to about $170 per tree. The time it takes to harvest those trees no longer makes it worth your time, because in the same amount of time you can make more money delivering pizzas if you were, for example, level 25 in pizza delivery. I think the sweet spot is 130 trees, because at 130 trees you're earning $200 per harvest, which will net you about $25,000, and $25,000 is a good supplement to keep. Also, reason why the lemon tree is better than the orange tree is because the harvest difference is only 30 or 29, but the cost is a whole 100, so you'd have to harvest the orange trees 3 times longer to make up the difference you spent on the difference in cost between the orange and the lemon trees. Oh god, I hope you guys actually got that. I hope I have not confused you or whatever. The point is, it's better to buy lemon trees. Don't buy orange trees. They're more expensive. They take longer to grow than the lemon trees. So the lemon trees pay themselves off faster and get you into a profit margin faster. Stick to lemon trees. I always stick to lemon trees, but he who shall not be named believes in orange trees. You go for it. You believe in orange trees. No, it's not a viable form of making money anymore, because they want you to work jobs and achieve awards and things like that. So they are nerfing the whole farming idea because it's been stupidly exploited by he who shall not be named. And the only thing that you can do now is rather supplement your income. So find a corner in your garden, squeeze 100 trees on, no more than 100 trees, or 130 like I say is my favorite number. 130 trees, and that should be it. Alright, now some questions that were asked. Do the trees get watered by the rain? Absolutely. That's why I always use a second plot. I go into main menu, I select a new house, a new plot, and then I come back here and I play. And when it starts raining, I go back to my farm so that they can be watered. But it's not that unmanageable anymore. Most of us that play 5 consecutive days earn some Bloxburgs. Save up your Bloxburgs, buy yourself a sprinkler. Now the reason why I say that is that if we go back into build mode, I do have a sprinkler here. I think I took one off just to do this as an example. You can easily fit, say, 20 trees inside that radius. It's quite a big radius. I mean, I can put it over here, which covers those 8 trees, but then I can go ahead and put trees inside that radius. And if you want to do he who shall not be named, if you want to copy his style, then just go ahead and just put the damn trees like this. Okay? One thing I've also noticed is that the sprinkler doesn't water the trees. It kind of keeps them at level, like it freezes time for withering, but it doesn't let your trees die, but it lets the trees still advance in time for a harvest. So that's a nice thing that somebody actually asked me once in one of the comments, is that does the sprinklers really water the trees because the trees look like they stay with it? Absolutely, they do stay with it. It freezes the time on their withering process, but somewhere in between there the rain comes down, waters the trees, brings them back to life, and they're good as new. And as long as the sprinklers are turned on, okay, that was off, on, as long as the sprinklers are turned on, the trees will stay healthy and stay in their current status. Right, then another question that was brought to my attention, which is quite an old question, which I actually wish I answered a long time ago, is that in the winter season, when the game gives us the winter update, does the snow water the trees? Absolutely not. Snow hasn't melted, hasn't turned into water, hasn't watered the trees. Let's just put one and one together and get 2. There we go. Snow does not water the trees. Alright, another question is, can your friend plant on your plot? No, your friend cannot plant your plants for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to do it unless they got the same skill level and they can do it in build mode. But if you don't have a skill level to plant an orange tree, for example, and your friend does, your friend can't plant orange trees on your plot. It doesn't work that way. You have to personally have the skill yourself. So get to practicing your gardening skills so you can do that. Also, can you have your friends harvest trees? Absolutely, your friends can harvest trees and they can keep the money. This brings me to something that I almost forgot. Another reason why the game has been nerfed is that somebody brought this to my attention, that people were taking the tree, buying the tree, placing it on the border, giving their friends permission to harvest the tree, and all they're doing is undoing it. This way the friend got the harvest money and you didn't lose any cents. They've stopped that, by the way. They have stopped that, they have nerfed it, but that also brought a lot of attention to the developers. They didn't like what players were doing, and that's why they started pulling back on the whole farming idea. It all adds up, buddies, it all adds up. Yeah, your friends can harvest, they can keep the money. I personally don't really do that much because I can still donate. That's one thing that was also nerfed, is that people were donating too much money. I wish they never changed that though, because that's a lot of fun. I do all the hard work. I do it legitimately. As you can see here, I've got 3 blocks for level 50. I've done the Bloxburg cave, the pizza planet, fishing. That's the next thing that's going to get nerfed, because he who shall not be named has discovered a way to auto farm that. If you guys want me to show you how to do it before they nerf it, let me know in the comments. I'll put a video up, very short, quick and easy video up to show you how that gets done. I actually despise it though, because when people do exploits like that, they cause ruin in the game. I actually have a full time-lapse video of me physically clicking every last fish for the entire level 50. It is possible. It took me 6 hours. I don't think people want to stare at a red bobbing ball for 6 hours and clicking, but anyways, I have done it. Okay, so this should be the last farming video you need to watch. Yes, it's a good idea. No, it's not really a good idea. You can supplement your income. You can't make millions anymore. Unfortunately, those that got in it early, like this, when I actually put that video up, it was still very strong and people were doing it. Thank you to those that actually did watch the video and actually took the opportunity 8 months ago when I put the video up. So those people have made their millions. Unfortunately, anybody else that does it now, you're not going to do it anymore. But you can supplement your income and you can still make a million, but it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of effort, and that's why I suggest go back and work at the Pizza Planet. Alright, so I'm sure I've talked your ears off. I'm sure I've made some of you bored. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys all on the next video.